Hello, my name is Kareen, and normally this channel is for all things college related in my journey of my senior year of high school. But we are taking a break from our regularly scheduled program to complain about all the things I hated about Frozen 2. Because my little brother doesn't want to hear me complain anymore, so I'm upstairs in my room and I figured I'd film a video about all the things I hated. So to start it off simply, obviously, spoilers. If you haven't seen the movie and you don't want me to like spoil everything about it, don't watch this video. Go see the movie, maybe. Make a decision as to whether or not you want to see the movie. I saw it in 3D. It's really pretty in 3D. So if you see it, you can afford to see it in 3D, definitely do that. It's better. Anyways, so things I did not like about Frozen 2. To start off, Frozen 1, the original Frozen, which came out when I was in 6th grade, I'm now a senior, had 4 insanely catchy songs. And these were For the First Time in Forever, Do You Want to Build a Snowman, Love's an Open Door, and Let It Go. These 4 songs were so catchy. When you walked over to the theater, you were singing them. You immediately wanted to look them up online, you wanted to know all the lyrics, and they just were stuck in your head, whether you understood the lyrics, whether you knew what they were or not. They just were catchy, really great songs. This Frozen, having just gotten out of the theater, had maybe one in Into the Unknown, but I don't remember the lyrics. I literally just remember a small snippet of the chorus, and that is it. It's not a fabulous jaw-dropping song. It wasn't super emphasized in the movie either, and all the other songs just, Olaf's When I Am Older, like, that was, I guess, okay, but none of the songs were nowhere near the quality of the first one, and I didn't want the second one. It's a sequel. Sequels are almost always worse than the original. I didn't want the sequel to have 4 stellar songs. I just wanted it to have maybe one, like just one really fabulous, like, wow, one like Let It Go, or even For the First Time in Forever, like one of those types of songs where you're like, whoa, that's a great song, like, whoa, if I was gonna audition for a play, I'd want to sing that song. Throwback to when I did audition to a play with For the First Time in Forever. Not pleasant throwback to that memory, but anyways, so, yeah, but then the other thing that got me was the plot. Because it's one thing if you don't have really great music. I was like, oh, maybe the plot will just be, like, wonderful and great. But there were so many plot holes. Like, so many plot holes. And I'm not going to bore you by going through all the things that I had questions about. But when my family was done with the movie and we're sitting there, we're like, wow, we have so many questions. And it wasn't just plot holes. Like, one of the things that I guess was never fully explained, if you think it was explained, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to feel better about this movie than I do. Which was, when they got into the Enchanted Forest, the mist sealed them out, so they were trapped in the forest. So if they're trapped in the forest, how did Elsa get out of the forest? Like, I don't get it. So there's that, and then things that just made me have questions. So why was their grandfather evil and wanted to, like, kill all the people? Why did their parents die trying to find information about Elsa? Why was that important? Why does Elsa have her powers in the first place? How is Elsa the 5th spirit if Elsa's the 5th spirit? Who was calling her? What was calling her? What's the whole deal with that? That was never properly explained. Just a lot of questions that I have left after watching this movie when I didn't want to have any questions left. Also, it is like, it's 12:47 a.m. right now, so that's also a thing. So I'm probably gonna watch this video later and be like, wow, I made absolutely no sense. But anyways, we're gonna film it. Anyways, it's a great idea. And then another thing was just the plot. Because I was struggling after I finished the film. I was struggling to realize what the giant problem that I had with the plot was. But thinking back on it, I realized that the plot in the original was so good, and it just had so much going on. And after the climax hit, there just was so many things going on. Because Elsa, like, ran away. And that was, in its way, sort of like a mini climax. Elsa ran away, and then Anna got hit in the heart, started slowly freezing, went to go visit Han, and that was supposed to be sort of the end of the film, where Han would kiss her, but then there was a plot twist. And I guess the second film sort of tried to replicate that a little bit with the plot twist of like the grandfather actually being evil, kind of like how Han was evil, but it didn't really change that much. And it just wasn't a lot going on in the second film, and it just was very predictable and not very surprising, like at all, because you knew once Elsa froze, you're like, okay, Anna has to come rescue her. But I was thinking that Anna would have to physically come rescue her, and that we get a scene of Anna trying to figure out how to get across the waves or something like that. Maybe that would have been a cool way to incorporate the, I can't even remember their other names, but the characters who lived in the woods, like the girl and the boy who had names like Ryder and Honey something maybe, um to incorporate them into having larger roles, or a good way to like introduce the elders more or something like that. But that's not what we got. Instead we got Anna basically getting herself killed and then having to be saved by one man and then two men and then a whole group of men had to save her, which is obviously the values that we want in our Disney films. Sorry, I'm totally doing a Mac does it. When I just stare at the camera. But anyways, that just got me. It just was, because it was like Anna should be able to save herself. She shouldn't have to have a man or two men or a whole group of men there to save her from the stupid decisions that she makes. But anyways, so that happened, and then also, like, besides just the plot, the film was dark, man. Like the first one you had Hans almost like actually like brutally murdering Elsa. He was gonna slice his sword through her, but then she froze at the last minute, so he didn't. Well, in this one, not only was the whole time spent with her dead parents, like we heard her dead mother's like last scream as she died. This is a kids film. And it just was kind of, I mean, Anna held Olaf and told him to think about warm hugs as he slowly died, and then the little withered remains of his corpse flew into a burial mound, and some flowers flew down to join them. Like, he died. Like, he legitimately died. Like, and then she mourned him. So her sister, Elsa died, Olaf died, and then also just the imagery of the just thinking about they like to show like photos but not show the aftermath because that's not kid appropriate, but their grandfather literally sliced his sword through the back, like hacked at the tribe leader to kill him. And then the grandfather also got murdered. I mean, it's not a Disney film without a parent death, and so I guess maybe that's what we were going for here, is the grandfather has to die in a Lion King-esque way, but he was evil anyways, so why did we include that? Why did they include that? I don't know. But it just left me at the very, like, this is a film for children? Like, ugh, like, I'm 17 and ugh, like, why? Why would you make it so dark and have all these, like, complex things in it? And just, the plot wasn't very great. It was too simple and too weirdly complex at the same time, I think if you've seen the movie, that makes sense. And the resolution was, I mean, Anna is impulsive and makes bad decisions, and that was shown throughout the whole entire movie. Why should she be a queen? She should not be a queen. And why does Elsa have to protect the forest? Why? What does Elsa have to do to protect the forest? What's the danger in the forest? There is no danger in the forest. Why does Elsa have to be? Why does she have to protect the forest? What does that mean? I just am left with so many questions. And why wasn't the music better? I guess maybe to help some of you guys understand my perspective a little better, if by some crazy, crazy miracle you've made it this far in the video, which, considering I normally have 2 views on my videos, no one will, but in case that happened, is that in the time that they were creating this movie, I graduated elementary school, started junior high, 7th grade, finished 7th grade, finished 8th grade, finished 9th grade, started high school, finished 10th grade, finished 11th grade junior year, like the hardest year, well, even though senior year is definitely harder for me, and am now a senior preparing to graduate high school. They had the time from when I graduated elementary school to when I'm about to graduate high school to create this movie, and that's what they created, because I was thinking about it. As a standalone Disney movie, it's not great, and as a sequel, it's not great either, so what is it? what is it really? And then another thing that bothered me, besides the Anna having to get saved by men, is that it didn't really do much. I guess I was hoping in my heart that the lieutenant would have a wife waiting for him back home who was not um the same skin color as him, who was a different skin color and from a different culture than he was. But nope, we can't do that. I recently saw a Christmas Carol at the Guthrie Theater near where I live, and they had a gay couple and two prominent interracial couples. The two main couples were interracial couples. I'm like, if the theater near my house can do this with a play that was written in like 18th century England or 19th century England, a movie that was created in 2019 can do it. It's not that hard, guys. But anyways, I thought there were some things I liked. I thought that the marriage subplot was kind of cute, and I loved Olaf. And I really liked, one of the things that touched my heart was when Olaf was talking about about like things getting older, and then he looked out at the audience and said, "You guys all look a lot older." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, I am so much older. I was 11 when I first saw the film, and now I'm 17. Like, I'm so much older. It's ridiculous." But that touched my heart and made me go, "Aw." And I liked the end credit scene, and I liked a lot of things, but overall, I was not impressed. So yeah, that was my 11-minute rant as to why I was not impressed with Frozen.